Rob, we are in Geneva. You are presenting a new chronograph, an amazing watch, by the way, and we're sitting in a more than amazing car. Tell me in a few words what you are doing with Porsche. Singer Reimagined is something that's mythic, you know. It's mythic. Those who are into Porsches know them.
I get scared when I
No, you shouldn't get scared. Okay, tell me just in brief what you're doing with cars. You're modifying, you are rebuilding Porsches. You're building them as you would imagine, imagine them. As they should have been done in the time when
No, not really. No, we are here to celebrate the Porsche 911. This is the most important sports car in the world, and we celebrate the golden era of the Porsche 911 from 1964 to 1997, where the engine was cooled by air. The air-cooled Porsche 911. Of course, the Porsche 911 is still made today by Porsche, a very modern car, a fantastic car. We celebrate the genesis of the Porsche 911, and we take the benefits of hindsight and modern material science and the passage of time, and we attempt to look back but also look forward by optimizing and modernizing certain parts of the car, making the car lighter, making the car a little bit more agile, improving the braking, and removing some of the fat around the car, so we get down to the essence of why a Porsche 911 is important. And that's what I feel we do. And I think if we've had some success, it's because that resonates with everybody who loves cars. Our work is unavoidably expensive, but the thing I'm most proud of is that for Porsche lovers like me who couldn't afford our work, we have it's still fascinating to those guys as well, and for me this is important because this is done from a position of passion for what for me is the most important sports car in the world, the Porsche 911.
And out of this passion, you also imagined how a chronograph would have looked in the 1970s, and
well, again, not necessarily quite so targeted as that. What I'm fascinated with is the period where I grew up in the early 1970s, which for me was a time of fascination both for cars and for me seeing the Hoyer chronograph logo on the Ferrari Formula One cars in 1970 was fascinating. So I wanted to know more about that, and as my love for cars began through the 1970s, my fascination with the peripheral world of timekeeping at Formula One races and at rallies, and of course the brands, the Rolex Daytona, the Omega, and of course the watches that Jack Heuer made, and very much marketed those watches as sporting chronograph watches, the Ottavia, the Monza, the Sebring, the Monte Carlo, those incredible iconic watches which were connected very directly to racing drivers and motorsport. This is what fired my imagination. Where everything
started with the idea that you make a chronograph.
And Marco Borracino came to me 3 years ago and said, "Rob, I love what you do with the Porsches. Why don't we reimagine the chronograph? Why don't we think about presenting chronographic time, the passage of time, elapsed time in a different way, in a watch which celebrates the qualities that you have exhibited in your Porsche builds?" And of course, I love that. I mean, the idea of a car company doing a watch is a little bit passé. But if the watch is spectacular, and of course I was dubious, and then Marco said, we have potentially access to one of the most stunning, revolutionary new movements to make this watch a reality. And then everything changed. So 3 years later, here we are with this watch.
A company like yours must have done such an astonishing chronograph. Otherwise, it would have been printing a logo on
a branding exercise.
Branding exercise. So this chronograph is by far not a branding exercise.
No.
Fantastic.
Absolutely, and it's born of singular, faithful passion.
Like your cars.
Like the cars were. My idea to do this with a Porsche 911 was for myself, but I knew that other people would feel the same way. And if I did it as well as I possibly could, it would have some potential as to other people enjoying it too. And it's the same mindset that has gone into this watch.
And you have the clientele to buy those watches.
Well, we certainly have guys who appreciate artisanal beauty,
mechanical
and
beauty.
Appreciate mechanical beauty, and of course appreciate incredible function. I mean, the car we're sitting in, it's beautifully made, but the way this car drives is the secret, which of course not many people get to experience. It's beautiful, it's beautifully built, but the way this car will go around a mountain road here above the city of Geneva is unlike. It's a visceral, analog thrill of a car.
Yeah.
Where with all the fat and all the disconnection removed, and you are connected to a machine, and it's a celebration of analog machinery, input and result. And this watch celebrates the same thing. It's got a movement with 477 moving parts in it, and it is a shining celebration of the brilliance of classic watchmaking, done with a 21st century mindset, with the benefit of hindsight, with the benefit of computers, but and modern techniques, but it's all gone, and it's made by hand, and it celebrates the artisanal skill of the watchmaker, as this car hopefully celebrates.
Like your mechanics are building the car, watchmakers are completely by hand building the movement, assembling the movement, and making it run.
It's from the same heart, and it's the same sense of faith that what we love.
You should take
other
some of the
people
watchmakers to build some of your cars, and some of
That's a
your
good idea.
mechanics come to Geneva and they build some.
Alex, that's a great idea. I love it. Yeah,
So maybe they have fun. You never know.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Talented.
Yeah.
They're working with.
we mix.
It's just a question of size.
It's a bigger machine.
Yeah, it's a big machine. Okay, Rob, thank you very much for presenting me
Thank
your
you, Alexander.
passion. It's amazing. Congratulations to the chronograph. I love it very much because the readability is unseen. It's really fantastic.
Thank you, Alex.
And I would love honestly to drive such a car once. Maybe there's an occasion.
We'll try and arrange
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm a big petrol head, and I love these kind of machines that really give you every feedback from the road.
Yeah.
No filtering, nothing.
No. It's very special. Yeah.
You feel it in your butt.
Yeah. Butt, hands, feet.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
you
man.
very much. Thank you.